All right, guys, I am going to go over the best gauge relocation for your Dyna or Harley that has the gauges on the dash. Gauges on the dash absolutely suck. You're taking your eyes off the road to take a look at your gauges. You don't use them that much because of it. And honestly, it's kind of dangerous in my opinion. So I think the best solution to this is actually just getting a Power Vision tuner. This will allow you to have your gauges set up on the tuner itself. And I'm going to show you how to get it done so that you can have your gauges set up here as well as having them here. So this way you don't even need to relocate the gauges. You just have this. And guys, guess what? The cost is going to be very similar. I'm not sure if you've looked at gauge relocation kits, which essentially take them out of here. It looks funny because you're plugging these holes with some kind of cheap plastic, and then you're getting the gauges up here. So you're just putting analog gauges up here. And the cost is similar to just getting a Power Vision tuner. And with the Power Vision tuner, you're also getting a tuner at the same time that can do a multitude of different things. So invest in the tuner as opposed to gauge relocation. In my opinion, that's the best bang for your buck. So let me go ahead and show you how to set it up, and I'll show you how I have mine set up. Of course, you can set yours up differently, but this is how I've got mine set up. So we're just going to turn the bike on so that the Power Vision turns on. Letting it load here. All right. So this is how I have my gauges set up, just because I like multiple different things on there, and I like the speedometer to be the biggest one. So speedometer is right here on this one. I've got my tach set up right here. I've got my miles per gallon right there, and I've got engine temperature. Because I've got a Dyna Lowrider S with the 110 Screaming Eagle in it, I like to know what the engine temperature is because these bikes run hot, and I like to make sure that I'm trying to keep it cool as much as possible without getting this thing too hot, because I've seen it get up there before. So essentially how we get to this, I'm just going to exit. On here on your back screen, there is going to be this right here, this gauges link. If you can't find the gauges link, you're going to go back. You're going to go to data log. So once you hit data log, so I'll show that again. So this is the main screen right here. All right. You go to data log, and then it's going to have gauges. So you hit the gauges. Now you can flip through and have your gauges however you want. You can just have it be a speedometer and tach, just like this. You could have it be 4 different ones. They've got daytime version, nighttime versions, and you can change all the background colors and all that as well. So I'm just flipping through to all the different ones. There's just a regular analog style. There's a bar style right here that'll just show you along. A 6-1, which I think some people would probably like, but I like my speedometer a little bit higher. This one right here. So this is the one that I've got set up. So to set it up, all you're gonna do is click on the actual gauge, just like that. This one is the miles per hour. So if you click on signal, this is where it's gonna come from. So majority of them are gonna come from the vehicle. So vehicle speed is what we're gonna do for that. So okay, it's VSS. You can set the low limit, which is always going to be 0, obviously. And then you can set the high limit of what you want the speedometer to go to. Obviously, I'm not hitting 158. You can change it to whatever you want. You can also set up warnings for speed. Right here, a high warning and a low warning. Low warning, I think, is kind of silly. But a high warning, not a bad idea. You know, if you don't want to go over 100 miles an hour, let's say, throw in that high warning, and it's going to beep, and it's going to tell you. So it's going to hit OK. So that is that gauge. RPM. All right, so RPM is going to be a little bit different. You're thinking you're going to click on RPM, but it's actually not. So you're going to go to vehicle, and you're going to go engine speed for the RPM one. Again, you're going to hit OK. My tach has got an 8,000 limit. I'm not going to go to 8,000, so I'm just going to switch that high limit I'm just going to put it to 8,000. So there's 8,000. I'm going to hit save. Now the high limit's 8,000. High warning. So with the warning, 5,500 is kind of where that red line is. So I'm going to go ahead and put 5,500 in. Save it. Okay. So that's set up. Then I've got miles per gallon and I've got engine temperature. So you just do the same, you just do it the same way, but you can set this up however you want. Now when I'm riding, all right, I've got my speed right here. I don't need to put my eyes down here on these crappy Harley analog gauges, but I still have all the functionality of the turn signals, the oil light, everything like that right here. And I've got the beauty of the power vision right here, which is all digital. So it's right in my face. I know what my speed is. I know what my RPM is. This is definitely the way that I suggest going as far as gauge relocation. Don't relocate the gauge. Add an additional thing to your bike. You've now got a tuner and you've got a computer that you can mess with and do all kinds of good stuff with your bike. So guys, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you think that this video helped you out or you have any questions, obviously throw a comment in the comment section. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.